I'm gonna try.
Yeah, I get it with like YouTube, like primarily, right?
Yeah.
I got it.
I'll try to put myself out there.
Yeah, you good, man. You good. Yeah, I appreciate what you're saying and stuff.
Oh, you see it all? You seen it? You been watching it?
What if an answer first out of you?
Okay, cool.
Watching myself in action really quick.
Gotcha. All right.
Fight for black trans people the same way you fight for white ones to have access.
What's up, my man? How you doing? Good to see you. What you been up to?
I'm just showing we had a good day today.
All right. Yeah. Who you representing?
Do you want to sign for Jean? Mayor Jeannie?
Who?
Mayor Jeannie.
Mayor Jeannie?
Yeah.
Janie?
Yes.
No, I can't do for her.
You don't go for her?
I tell you why.
Why?
When she was city council, she was no good.
Really?
Mayor Janie? No.
Why is not
City council, she was not a good city councilor.
Really?
And she's not gonna be a good mayor.
Really?
I want to let you know that now. I live in her district. I live in Roxbury.
She live here?
She lived in Roxbury. She lives on Copeland Street. This community is her district. This is the condition that she left this community. So that's why no one wants to vote for Kim Janey.
Really?
Exactly. If you want to know more about it, talk to me. I'll explain all about
She
Kim
was
Janey.
not doing it.
She did no work. And if you ask anybody in the city of Boston, what did Kim Janey do for the city of Boston, they can't name one thing she did.
Really?
Really. And you want to talk to me? I'm Neza Porter.
Oh, what do you do for work again?
I do maintenance. I do property maintenance. But I'm a community activist as well.
Oh, she live in Copeland?
She live on Copeland Street in Roxbury.
What number?
Number 27 Copeland Street, I believe it is.
27
I think it's 27 Copeland Street in Roxbury.
Oh, so this is her community.
This is her community. She grew up in here. She grew up in the projects over there.
Oh, she project?
Yeah, this is all her neighborhood right here. Kim Janey, this is her neighborhood. Yeah.
Oh.
You want to know about the community? Talk to me. I'll tell you about it.
What's your number?
My number is 617.
Can you text it to me? Oh, yeah, we need to take a picture.
Yeah.
Can you text it to me? 617? Can you use your phone to text it?
Hold on. I'm gonna try. 'Cause I can't do it.
Listen to me when I say this. This transphobic ass government
Let me see if I
does not
can-
give a fuck about whether or not you have dysphoria. Transphobes don't give two flying shits about whether or not you bind or tuck or pass. They're going to try and take away our health care, our rights, our identities, our lives.
Copeland Street, right?
Copeland Street, yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was.
Now, the person you want to endorse is Domingos DeRosa.
Oh, really?
Domingos DeRosa is running for city council at large. He's the guy that's going to make the change in the community. No, I don't have my flyer. I got one just like that. Next time I come down, I'm going to bring it.
Got on national television and said that he will do everything in his power to protect trans youth while simultaneously.
I'm going to give you my number so you can.
617, can you text it to me? 617? Can you text it to me? 617?
Oh, you text my number to you?
Yeah, 617.
Hold on.
Black trans girls.
I'm going to try to do this. Hold on 1 second.
Necessary health care towards trans youth.
I'm not that good with
This government is killing us. We must liberate ourselves from the confines of colonial gender.
617.
We must rethink and reimagine what our existence could look like. We must fight white supremacy and neocolonialism. We must fight patriarchal violence and cisnormativity. We must understand that no one is free unless we all are. We must join
I'm not too savvy with this phone, so forgive me for a second.
indigenous comrades and burn this bitch to the ground until they stop killing us. Thank you.
Let's try to see.
Give it up for Solon! Okay, next we have Tatiana, an organizer of the protest happening at Nima Seaports, and she'll be sharing her experience with police brutality by DPD and will describe the racist practices of Nima Seaports.
手杖啊，放下来啊！手放下来，站好，站好，站好。
I'm gonna try to put this in. What's your number?
617
Uh-huh.
652 6600. Maybe one without the
Hi guys.
617.
I did not make a powerful speech like the
Is it 50?
but I did want to spread awareness about what's going on
617.
with me at Nima
Is that it?
and the Boston Police.
652 6600. 你好好笑啊，好好笑啊。 No, she did not
And basically,
pay attention.
Nima has been having several allegations of discrimination with
This is
racial,
not the phone I used.
617-652-6600.
people of color, black people, since I moved in last year. They use their power and money to pay off and dismiss
Hold on, I'm gonna shut this off for a second.
and intimidation
You get it?
tactics.
Hold on, I gotta do it on this phone here because
I was
I
suffering a mental health crisis
This-
on March 3rd, and instead of getting help, I got beat up.
the
by
problem is this phone here. I don't text a lot on, so I don't use it that often for texting. Hold on one sec. Hold on, I know what to do. I know what to do.
And searched my apartment when I was not home illegally. They then lied and said they found weapons and drugs when I called for help. I just recently got the body cam footage of that, and it's very concerning. They went back into my apartment, did another sweep with the camera footage on, and there's not one single drug in my apartment. On top of that, Nima used that to write a false allegations against me and creating a harassment order. I cannot say the person's name because they currently have a harassment order,
Yeah, can you
so I
text?
cannot speak out about what's going on
Trying
with me.
this.
Yeah. The person who filed the harassment order is Connor Mack. Okay. So they're Nima's star witness that they used to attack her credibility and character to prove their point. Come to find out, about a day ago, he is currently being charged with indecency exposure to children. So that's their star witness.
So that star witness put a harassment order on me as well.
Yes.
On top of that, the following days later, I complained about, staff spreading mental health issues in my personal business to residents, which is highly illegal. And instead of management doing their job and actually investigating it, they said they took their word for the staff's word for it and hung up the phone on me, where I proceeded to go downstairs on March 8th and vent that this building is completely racist. I am not the only black person in this building that has investigations against Nima. There's currently an investigation at HUD. There's currently an investigation at Fair Housing. They're deleting negative reviews on Google and Yelp to try to clear their credibility. They turned off their comments on Instagram. On top of that, the Boston police came into Nima without any credibility, nothing,
That's
no
me calling
reason.
you.
Put their
That's
hands
my
on me,
number.
pulled my shirt
Did you
off
text?
where my breasts
Yeah, I
were
can't text on
exposed.
this phone because some reason I'm not able to. I gotta save your contact in order.
What's your name?
My name is Nez, N-E-Z.
Where I was then
N-E-Z.
illegally ejected with 3 chemical
快点，
restraints.
要人家去签字，快点！
And then after that, the psychiatrist on call
快点下去叫人家签字，
there's nothing wrong with her, let me go. The next day, he
过来，
would
过来，
call
这
the
边。
police on me again, harassing me.
下去，叫人家签字，快点，快点！
Now I've been actively doing protests to silence me. They put harassment orders on me, preventing me my freedom of speech, which is highly illegal.
What's your name again?
It's
And I can't do
Neza,
anything about it. I have to wait it
N-E-Z-E-R.
out. And then on top of that, they've been trying to
E-R.
get me
Last
to
name?
violate my
Porter,
harassment orders, put criminal
P-O-R-T-E-R.
charges on me that I have to fight now.
P-O-R-T-E-R.
Yeah.
All because I'm speaking out about the racism, the injustice, and the police brutality against black people in the building.
Keep doing it!
I called out the owner's wife because she's currently running for city council in New York on a progressive agenda to root racism out of housing. And she's been trying to silence me because I've been tagging her on Instagram and tagging her on Facebook saying, how are you going to root racism out of housing if your husband that you sleep with is running a racist building in Boston? Instead of addressing my concerns, she blocks me, puts a harassment order on me. So I can't say anything. She's a public official. She's running for office. If that's the point, Donald Trump would have 100 harassment orders on him. How is this allowed? How is this being allowed to happen? They're using the court system, their power, their money, their nobility to silence a black woman. That's all she's been doing is crying out for help. And I'm really sick of it. And I just found out that their star witness is a pedophile.
Is she saying
Showing
about
his
housing,
penis to a
housing
four-year-old.
development?
That's who they're going to use
Authority?
to discredit me. Because they can't do it themselves. They I wrote up his affidavit for him. And put that on top of me to not discredit me only personally, saying that I'm crazy, I'm doing this, I do drugs, all this stuff to discredit my claims of racism. That's all I've been claiming. Every time I wake up, I go downstairs, they hire security guards. That's also that resident's friend that he bragged about on the group text to harass me. Every day I go downstairs, there's these big, white, bulky men standing around the building. They put a Nest cam in front of the concierge building to videotape my conversations with my guests.
I'm gonna keep in contact with you, give you more information later on.
They send out a
Did you
mass
send it?
email to the
I send-
entire building
I'm gonna-
telling them
what's
I'm
your
breaking
email?
laws.
My email is neza42@hotmail.com.
Telling them I'm breaking my
NEZER.
Mayo election.
Property manager sending
What's
a
your
mass
email?
about you.
NEZER
NEZER.
This is unacceptable.
42 at
What
Hotmail.
you guys can do is go on my Instagram,
NEZ,
share my
right?
story.
N
I'm trying to
as in
say
Nancy.
a bigger protest
NEZER,
in Seaport Boulevard
yeah.
without being
NEZER,
acknowledged
at-
because they continue
No, 42
to set up
at
Yep.
little,
at
pop-up
Hotmail.
events right when we do
So
protests,
Neza
and then
42
they
at
call the
Hotmail.
police, say she's breaking her harassment order. Look.
I keep in touch with you. I
And
see
even
you
as
around.
the judge, can you tell her to stop protesting? The judge said I can't stop her from protesting. That's her first
What's going on, my
amendment
man?
right.
I need the sun to go down.
You need the sun
man,
to go
you know?
down?
This is sick.
How you doing, man?
Instead of just apologizing and taking that L, they're continuing to attack me. The owner is a billionaire. He told my lawyer he'll prefer to use his money to attack me than he'll use it to just settle with me. These people need to be stopped. They need to be held accountable. Please reach out to Lori we're going to organize a big protest. And I actually got the body cam footage that corroborates my story about the police pulling my shirt off, my breast being exposed, handcuffed, no reason why I'm being arrested, no reason why I'm being going to the hospital, no section 12, no legal violation. I was just kidnapped in my own building. If you guys can please show up for my protest, it's going to be around next week, and I'm going to try to do one weekly. That would be great. But no justice? No justice? No justice? So, there is an unidentified person currently keeping tabs on Nima's racism. That Instagram is Nima_Boston with 2 N's. My Instagram is Tajiana, TAJEAUNA. Again, Nima_Boston with 1 N, and my Instagram is Tajiana, TAJEAUNA. We're going to be scheduling a protest next week. It's going to be covert. Please DM me if you're going to be there. I'm not posting it because Nima's and their lawyers are watching my Instagram like hawks, so I can't post it there. But if you guys want to be there, we're going to be organizing it covertly. But thank you guys.
No justice? No justice? Thank you, Tajiana, for sharing your story. Up next, we have Cree from Blue Crime Blue Dime. They're going to be talking about their wonderful organization and upcoming events that they have going on. So give it up for Cree.
How's it going today, y'all? I'm here today to represent and introduce y'all to an organization with a very direct mission, and we would love for y'all to get to know us and stand behind us. The name of this organization is Blue Crime Blue Dime, a demand for liability, or BCBD. Police consistently mess up with zero repercussions, and it can feel hopeless and disheartening. But Blue Crime Blue Dime believes there is a strategic way for us to address this issue now. Police might not give a fuck about the lives of those they consider to be a threat to them, but want to know what police do care about? Money. Money. They like those big salaries, those enormous budgets that they get. $400+ million budget in 2020 just in Boston, just for the police. They like the fact that they get qualified immunity to cover their asses. They like the fact that taxpayer dollars cover the costs when settlements are paid out to families due to their misconduct or brutality. It's not affecting them, they're not held accountable or responsible, they have no liability in their actions. Our founder, whose name is Dee, had the idea for BCBD back in June when she was at a march. She thought about how She thought about how Obama talked about policy and protesting must work in cohesion. If we're not marching for something that we have clearly laid out that we want to change, what are we doing? Dee needed to think of something that could be that could make radical change, but still be attainable in a short time frame, while more radical goals are still continually being worked toward. The most important thing to BCBD is being radical with a realistic lens. How do we solve an immediate problem without immediately solving the larger problem of capitalism and fascism in America that may take more time to unfold? That day while marching, it occurred to Dee how we're being robbed, not just of livelihoods, rights, lives, but also millions of dollars. Boston, we are getting full-on mugged. The Boston Police Department has paid $36 million for over 2,000 cases against them within 10 years. It's one of the many problems with that is that it's our money. Breonna's family got paid $12 million by the city of Louisville. George Floyd's family got paid $27 million by the city of Minneapolis. So not only do the police forces brutalize and murder our brothers and sisters, they also throw salt in the wound by cleaning up their messes with our money. When they say the city is paying, what they should be saying is the city's taxpayers are footing the bill for its police misconduct. There is no accountability falling on police shoulders. On Juneteenth of 2020, Dee realized that police weren't going to stop murdering and beating people even with the whole world watching. But what could make them behave with some restraint? Their own money. Blue Crime Blue Dime is working to hold police officers financially accountable for their own misconduct. We plan to see this happen by legally requiring police officers to have their own private liability insurance paid for out of their own enormous salaries and budgets. Maybe if the police are held personally financially responsible for their own crimes, then they'll start to pay attention to making sure they don't brutalize and take away lives. BCBD isn't asking cops to change their ways, but we're very interested to see in how their ways will change once their actions are making an effect on their own pockets. If we can tackle this task, police being held accountable will be one less hurdle for our descendants to jump over in the future. One more barrier between us and their hateful violence. We've come up with a creative way to solve the problem without actually solving the root of the problem. We've taken the threat of capitalism and flipped it on them. We're in 2021. We have too much knowledge in the world to still be living the way we do. And while we're on the road to a world with a completely new vision, one without all of the corrupt systems built with cracked foundations, we are on our way to building new foundations for the generations after us to grow and thrive off of. Blue Crime Blue Dime sees our mission as a fast, attainable step in the right direction. That being said, if you're interested in supporting Blue Crime Blue Dime, please come and talk to me. Please find us on any social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Most importantly, please find us and visit the link in our bio to sign our petition to support our mission. I'd also really briefly just like to promote an event that we're hosting May 15th at Doherty Park in Dorchester, 2 to 5 p.m. We're hosting a community social justice barbecue. Please come out, learn about the different organizations doing work in your community, get to know each other. That's May 15th, 2 to 5, Doherty Park in Dorchester. And we will see you there. Stay safe out there, think critically, protect and support each other. Thank you.
Yeah, so Mia will be our last speaker, and then we'll load up the truck. Everyone please get the rest of the food, and then we'll be marching. Thank you.
This isn't really a speech, this is a PSA. On December 19th of 2020, Moses Harris disappeared. Moses Harris is a 25-year-old black father from Lowell, Massachusetts. He was last seen by the Lowell police, and his body was found in March in a river miles away from where he disappeared. His body was found by a civilian, not by the cops. Nobody was looking for him. The Lowell police, are unconstitutional happening. Nobody out here knows what's happening. Moses deserves justice.
That's right.
Moses is a brother. Moses is a father. Moses is a son. Please, please, I'm literally begging you. Come to Lowell however you can every single Saturday at 1 o'clock, 850 Lawrence Street, which is pretty much where he was last seen by the police. Please, please, we need justice for Moses Harris.
Okay, that wraps up the end of our program. We are gonna get all this food out into cars, wrap the speakers into the truck, and then we'll start marching.
Jim and I are like the same generation, you know?
What's up, my man? How you doing? All right. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm a 70s guy, you know?
What's going on, man?
Yeah, Richard Nixon.
Nick's mom went to high school with Martin Luther. That's not surprising. A kegger.
On that call on Warren Street, please.
What's going on, my man? How you doing? Hanging in there? All right.
He's older now, right? The budget is basically a long time.